for hot oil treatment, you want the oil warm. You don't actually want it hot because you ain't trying to burn the crap out of yourself. I start with what I think is less than what I need because I don't want to put too much because it's really hard to get it off your hair. Okay, y'all. Final result. Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren the Soap Witch, and it is time for another wash day. I am going to start out with a hot oil treatment. That's it. Because last week I fell asleep before I could get it done. And so I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't do it last week. And so I was finna start doing my hair before I showed you what I'm working with. So that's where I'm starting. This is the last bit of my tweed out that I did last week, or for last week's wash day. So it lasted exceptionally well, way better than I thought it would, considering that I worked out 2 times and sweated in my head because I just can't help but do that. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just going to split my hair in half so that I can prepare to do my whatever it is, hot oil treatment. Put this out of the way. I'll take my trusty clip here. There we go. Now I'm going to take this half over here and split it in half as well. I like to work on it in sections, 4 sections to be exact. And then I'm going to take this back section and put it up. Now I'm just left with this that I'm going to work with. So I filled my water bottle up. What I've been doing is, I put that filter on my shower head, is I've been using that water to fill my water bottle. So I'm trying to use the water that's been at least somewhat filtered of all the stuff from our hard water here. Even when I do something as small as, using the spray bottle or adding the water from my spray bottle. If that's the whole point, is to avoid the hard water, I don't want to then turn around and use that same hard water to moisten my hair. So yeah, I am not looking to really fully saturate it. I just want it damp. And then I just take my hands and just massage the water in some. If you are a low porosity person, if you use a bottle like this, you want hot water in it because it sprays out. Maybe it's because it's like the misting type bottle, but it sprays out cooler than what's in the bottle. So for my son, he puts hot water in his, so it'll still come out warm-ish. It don't matter for low high porosity. So now I'm gonna start applying my oil. I always use Acute Anointing, and I run the water in my sink until it's steaming and hot. And then I put the whole bottle in there and turn my timer on for 15 minutes. For hot oil treatment, you want the oil warm. You don't actually want it hot because you ain't trying to burn the crap out of yourself. So with this, all of my Acute Anointings come with the applicator tip. And so I just loosen that up. And then I just start dumping oil on my scalp. I try to be careful not to put too much because then it'll start dripping down my face and really aggravate me. I like to take my fingers and just massage that oil into my scalp. I do want to specify that this is not a hair growth oil. I don't really make hair growth products because I honestly don't want to make people those type of promises. I feel like proper moisture and regular hair care is what makes your hair really grow, not miracle products. And so I just try to talk about things that are just healthy practices for your hair and my hair. And so I also feel like massaging this in, one, of course, just helps to really get it into your scalp, but it also encourages circulation, which is good for hair growth. Okay. Then I take the oil and I drag it down my hair strands. I do want to coat all the hair in the oil. In the winter, I try not to miss a hot oil treatment at all. Some people tell you they don't do anything. Maybe they're right. I don't know. But I personally feel like I deal with less dryness and less breakage when I do this. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I do like to typically take a little bit more, a teeny bit more, maybe not a teeny bit, and add a little bit more to the hair shaft. Just do a little prayer hands initially. I definitely want to make sure that I am treating and coating my ends. They tend to get forgotten, but also that's like our oldest and most fragile hair. So I always want to make sure I get oil on my ends. And I do feel like this process has definitely helped me retain more length along with several other steps. It's definitely not just one thing for me, but this is definitely one of the intentional things I have been doing to retain length and just for overall hair health. So I'm feeling like that's good enough. I'm properly oiled. And now I just like to put it up in a band. That's just preference. You don't have to really put it up at all if you don't want, or you could just do, a 2-strand twist and call it a day. But I always just like it because I feel like it helps get the hair out of the way better, and it fits up under all my caps that I put on at the end. I've got lots of oil on my fingertips today. And so usually I just add a little more if I don't to my fingers, and I just like to rub it at my hairline because my hairline likes to disappear, and I would appreciate it if it didn't do that. So I feel like this definitely helps, especially in the winter, because it turns like this horrid light white patchy pale thing that just it's not good. It's not good. So anyway, it's real simple. That's all there is to it. I'm going to do the exact same thing for all the rest of the 4 sections, and then I'm gonna come back. Actually 3 other sections because I already did one. Okay, so I haven't got all this up, and now I'm going to put on my disposable plastic shower cap, my bonnet, and the big giant scarf. So the reason I like to do all this is because I don't want oil and stuff all over my bedding and my clothes, and 2, I feel like, with all that nice body heat happening, this will just help insulate it and just make it a little bit more intense. The oil can do its little thing a little better. I don't know. It works though, so I'm gonna keep doing it. It's the point. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and then I will see you in the morning, maybe, to go ahead and finish up wash day. Okay, bye. Morning actually is morning, because y'all know I be making it at any time of day sometimes. Now I just twisted in the opposite direction to take it down. Breezy. Okay, it's all down. I'm just go ahead and wash this. Today I'm just doing a wash and go. I'm just using the products from my original lazy wash and go, which I'll get to when I start doing it. So I'm not really having to do nothing special in the shower or anything. And instead of wasting much time telling you what I'm gonna do when I get in the shower, I'm just gonna tell you in the voiceover. Okay, I'll see you there.
Why is it so dark in your bathroom, Soap Witch? Well, see, what had happened was I had made an assumption about my little shower light that I keep in there. And it was a foolish assumption that has now caused me to be in the dark washing my hair. You know what they say about when you assume, and that's legit what happened to me. So anyway, I'm trying not to make no more assumptions about this hair health and such going forward. So I'm just going to saturate my hair lovingly and thoroughly, give her all of what she needs, and shampoo it up with Whipped Wonder. Literally one of my most favorite products. Did you know that I used to make a shampoo bar? An actual shampoo bar, not soap. They call them Syndet shampoo bars, and they're made of surfactants because you don't want to wash your hair with soap. I don't care what nobody says. I've done it. Trust me. And they were hideous to manufacture. I know because I was the one doing it. And so I decided that I would make it into a whipped shampoo instead, because I loved the shampoo bar, and everyone else that tried it did as well. And so I wanted to keep those wonderful things about it that we all love, but make it in an easier form that wasn't so horrid to manufacture. Like when I go to make products, I don't want to be feeling like, oh God, I have to go make this product. I like to be excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't, but I'm telling you, that's the deal. So anyway, I'm a fan. I'm a fan is the point. And I really liked how it came out. It lathers so deliciously. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen me wash my hair. And that little bit that I took out lathered that much, even with my hair completely coated in oil. And one, I just like getting lost in the suds. I'm not gonna lie, my inner child totally comes out, is dancing with glee. You don't see it on the outside, but trust me, it's happening. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And then that's how much I'm using on the second wash. You say, what, girl? Yeah, watch how it lathers. I'm about to get lost in the suds. I'm just saying, that's where I'm trying to be though. And as you may have noticed, I wash at the roots of my hair and on the scalp, but I don't actually scrub, the mids and ends of my hair, because that hair is older, drier, can be more brittle, but more prone to breakage. And so instead of scrubbing all of the rest of that length, after I've thoroughly satisfied myself with how much I've scrubbed my scalp and my roots, I just take that suds and drag it through the rest of the hair, which I've always loved doing. And it just made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside when I found out there was actually a reason for that. And that actually does get the rest of my hair clean. I also feel like it has aided in the additional length retention, along with some of the other things that I've talked about in other videos, like my hot oil treatments and massaging my scalp. Anyway, that's the Apogee, the keratin protein treatment. I have decided that I just want to do it every other week as of right now. I really don't feel like I need it every week. We'll see. And a protein treatment can benefit anybody, but especially us high porosity people with our struggles of holding on to, all the goodness that comes in the products and the moisture that we put into our hair. Protein treatment never hurt nobody. And I also like to do it because I use heat in my hair. I don't like to sit around air drying. I used to, but I don't know if it's just as I've gotten older, I've gotten more aggravated and less patient with it. But I just don't care for air drying. And also, I feel like for wash and goes, that my hair turns out better when I diffuse it. So, or sit under the heated dryer, which I actually kind of do both. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. But anyway, for twist outs and that kind of stuff, I still think that air drying is fine. I just don't want to wait. So I sit under the hooded dryer for that as well. But anyway, because I use all that heat, I felt like the protein treatment, it's helpful. So on the tempting tonic, because I'm going deep condition and maybe drop some on the floor every single week. It's either going to be the deep conditioner or the hair mask. Either way, I'm going to get that intensive care treatment because it's a requirement. It's a requirement for my hair, for my routine. I need that extra moisture. My hair is rejoicing every time I slather my hair in delectable deep conditioner or hair mask. So I like to apply and really thoroughly rub it into my hair. And then after I get through playing around, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I just like playing around in it. I love playing in my hair and feeling the strands in between my hair and all that other stuff, because I don't know, it's self-care, like I said, and I just have come to enjoy the process. I really immerse myself into it, take my time, just lovingly do it. Why not? Okay, so anyway, now that I'm done gratuitously rubbing that in and playing around, I take my unbrush. Y'all already know how I feel about it. I've waxed on and on about it for over a year. It's the bomb. And so I just like to start at the ends of my hair, of course, and I brush on and follow through with a finger comb. And I just feels like, okay. And I just feel like that it helps me get the best detangling, period, because my fingers will find stuff the brush doesn't find, and the brush finds stuff my fingers don't find. Oh my God, can I speak? But yeah, and I like the brush because it doesn't just rip through your hair. I find a knot like with my fingers, and I can concentrate the brush there, and it will just gently brush over and kind of work itself through until all the knots and such are completely eliminated, dissolved, loosened, whatever you want to call it. My hair, it gets so tangly. It gets incredibly tangly, but you can't tell because between this unbrush, which is incredible, and the outrageous slip that I include in all of my conditioners, it just makes detangling a breeze. This is one of the few portions of my videos that I don't actually cut because it's just me showing off. I ain't gonna lie. I just like to show how effective my conditioners are, and especially with this brush. They work well together. They're literally a perfect pairing. And it is a big part of what has made wash day feel more manageable, palatable to me, because detangling my hair just used to have me just distraught. I used to absolutely hate it. Me and my mother literally used to fight, and I have broken all manners of combs and brushes detangling my tangles because they can be really fierce. Not no more. Also, I am going to say that having a weekly regimen also helps decrease that time, though, because if you're waiting weeks and weeks to detangle your hair, it just gets so matted up and tangled up. It makes it so hard and unmanageable. But doing it once a week, it doesn't get the chance to get horribly detangled. And so it's just so much easier to manage, at least for me, this way. So this is me pointing and saying I'm going to do the other side and then being annoyed with myself because I forgot to add the oil on top of my deep conditioner, which I have really been enjoying. So if I catch myself ahead of time before I finish my whole head, I will go back and add it in there. I really do feel like it adds a little extra nurturing and softness to the overall process of everything, throwing that oil on top of the deep conditioner. So that's how much hair I lost throughout this whole detangling process, including the finger detangling. I have taken to putting this plastic shower cap on, disposable cap, whatever it is, while I'm in the shower. I don't need to sit under a hooded dryer, though I do highly recommend it if you're low porosity. But because I'm high porosity, my body heat's usually enough, and then the cap just kind of helps give me a little greenhouse effect to just make it a little bit more potent. But overall, I think that it's effective enough. So just gonna rinse out each side and add my leave-in products as I go. I've been adding them in the shower, which I feel like I like better because I'm adding them on literally, sopping wet hair. And because I'm doing that, I feel like my hair stays more saturated long enough for me to get a styler on there. So I have been doing this process in the shower. I think I'm going to stick with this for a while. And yeah, going in with my curly concoction styling cream this week. I really love my styling cream. It's up there. I love it. It's one of my favoriteest, yes I did, products. And it's so versatile for me because I use it in so many different styles. Any type of out style, twist out, braid out, now tweed out, okay? And then when I did like a twist mix with a roller set. I'm pretty sure I use this product. And sometimes with wash and goes, I'll use this and a leave-in. So the leave-in's good too, but sometimes I just like to have that extra thick moisture. So I'm just gonna stick that hair up, and one, it gets it out of the way, but two, bunched up like that. I just feel like it helps it stay more sopping wet. So just doing the same process on this other side, getting a little rinse on, and then adding my leave-in products and rubbing it all through my hair. When I do my mysterious Magnificence aloe vera spray, it's just for added moisture, of course, but I run my fingers through my hair just so I get this foaming action. Not foaming like a mousse, but just a little bit of foam. That's where the magic is. And then my leave-in product, on top, whether it's conditioner or styling cream. And then I just stick it all up. So, with all that being said, it's time to go ahead and style this hair.
So I'm washing the hair and adding my leave-in products. So now I'm going to go in with Slick Sorcery for my wash and go. Okay, but before I go in with that, I'm gonna fix my part because it's a little terrible. Okay. Yeah. I think what it's gonna be. So close enough to an even amount of hair on both sides, equal amount, whatever. I'm gonna stick that back up. I got it pretty dripping wet before I got out the shower, so I feel like that bodes well for, everything. I just be talking. Okay, so now I'm gonna split this side in half ish, and I may or may not hum and haw over it. Sometimes I leave a little bit more hair in the back than I do in the front, just because I feel like the hair in the front needs more help. But at the end of the day, it's whatever. I'm gonna stop humming and hawing at this point and put this up. So this is pretty sopping wet. So I'm just going to, I start not with a little, but not with a lot either. I start with what I think is less than what I need, because I don't want to put too much, because it's really hard to get it off your hair. I always make sure I rub it in between my hands, and I'm just going to start applying it on there. I like to rub it on and press it into my hair while raking, a little rake and press action. I learned that from the low porosity girlies, because I like the way that it gets the product into the hair. Looking pretty good. This is, my original lazy wash and go. The only difference was I didn't used to clip these sections up, but I don't know. As of right now, I just like having them. I feel like besides having them out the way, it helps the hair, my hair, to stay saturated for longer. I don't know what that is. It helps the hair to stay saturated for longer, which is what I want. And I need that help because I'm high porosity and it just wants to start drying. Rude. Okay, gonna add a little more. Am I overdoing it? I don't know. As a high porosity girl, I tend to overdo it. Because of course, before I knew I was high porosity, I was just like, I need more. Why does my hair always need more? Why is nothing ever left? Yeah, I'm trying to work on being less heavy-handed, but it's still a bit of a struggle. And my low porosity son will never let me apply products to his hair, because no matter how little I think I'm applying, it's always too much for him. Okay, so just getting a little rake and press here. I'm thinking that looks really good. And I don't think that I need to add any more gel. I made sure I got my ends that are all through the length, and I'm liking it. Last time I washed and go'd, did I just make that a verb? I sprayed a little water in my hand and just applied it to the part that I did. Actually, I think I only did it to the top, but I'm just gonna do it to all the sections to see how I feel about it. So that's all I'm doing to all the sections. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish all the rest, and I'm gonna come back and let you see the full wet results. Hopefully I remember to take out all the clips. Okay, so I'm done adding all of the product. Yay. And here are the wet results. Took all the clips out. Okay. Never be too sure around here. So that's where I am in my jar after applying gel to my whole hair. And okay, so now I'm going to dry my hair, my least favorite part. So what I've been doing is been sitting under the hooded dryer for like 20 minutes and then blasting it with the blast, because it's usually dry by then. Stop interrupting yourself. Calm down. Okay. It's usually dry after I get out of the hooded dryer, except for my roots. So then I take my Time Air Hype with the diffuser attachment, and then I just like go in and blast my roots. Like I separate my hair and blast the roots. I put a video up of how I used to just diffuse my hair, because I used to just diffuse it all the way, and then you can kind of see how I hit my roots in that video, because I still do it when I just diffuse. And so yeah, I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna come back when my hair is dry, or at least mostly dry, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is dry, at least 90% dry. If it's not, I'm gonna pretend like it is, but it feels like it's dry. Here we are before I've stretched it or anything. So I like to stretch my wash and go because I just feel like the overall results look better. It does help to break the gel cast and soften the hair up some, but I still feel like I get a nice hold, and of course enjoy some of the length, because it shrinks way up. I'm gonna do it off camera, but I'm gonna pop a video here where you can see how I do it. I also lift my roots in that video, but I've been skipping that recently because I don't know, I've just been liking the look of it without lifting my roots. So I'm not gonna do it this week either. I'm just gonna stretch it. So I'm gonna do that, and when I come back, I'm gonna be fully done. Everything is going to be final results, finished, and we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, y'all. Final result, all done. We'll go ahead and turn around so you can see the full everything. So I really like the way that my hair turned out this week, though I do feel like I might have added a little too much styling cream, just a little, because a little goes a very long way with that product. And I felt like it kind of caused me to struggle to get especially the front as defined as I wanted, because you know that high porosity hair should just be. Now to see that struggle because I did it off camera. When I started doing it, I was like, I should have stayed on to show them how different doing the front was versus the back, but maybe next time. Anywho, regardless of all of that, I still think it looks good. I still have some nice definition, some shine, and so I'm super happy with it. Okay, so yeah, another successful wash and go in the books. A lazy wash and go is always among my top favorites. The reason that I use the styling cream in place of a leave-in is because with my high porosity hair, it just gives me some added moisture, which my hair is often screaming and crying for. Though my leave-in does, it does have some good moisture, it's just not as much. So sometimes I like to switch it up. Sometimes I use both. That's typically in the winter. And we're past that. We're into spring now. I probably won't be doing that for a while. But anyway, one last touch, right? Because you know I have to. Oh yeah, the OG hat. That's right. So the OG hat, it helped lift my spirits up during COVID. And are we allowed to say that on YouTube? I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it just adds a little happiness, a little spark, a little pep, a little something to my life when I throw on the witch hat. So anyway, I'm gonna get some more and more colors too. Every product that I use today from my line was scented with tropical fantasy fragrance. My current favorite, and there has been nothing so far that's been able to knock it out of its top spot. Additional fragrances that I also offer aside from the tropical fantasy fragrance are apple aroma lemon pound cake, lavender peppermint, spearmint eucalyptus, and strawberry patchouli. And then I also offer an unscented, because I know everybody don't agree with scents, with fragrances. Let me say fragrances because okay. Anywho, so all the products are all available in those different fragrances or lack thereof. And I put a link below for every product that I use today, including the protein treatment that is not mine. There's a link for that below as well if you're interested in checking that out. So what you think about today's lip gloss? This one is silver glitter, and yes, silver glitter. There's a link down below if you're interested in checking out any of the lip glosses. There's too many for me to list all the different types. And then the earrings. Oh no, before I get to the earrings. Let me backtrack a little to the hair journal. I forgot to mention it. Not going to go on for a long time about it, but it is a digital hair journal, and I think it's just a good tool to help you if you want to start a hair journey or take your hair journey to the next level. It's a great place to figure out what kind of resources you want to have, to put notes in for the resources you do have. This gives you some resources just about hair in general and helping you understand your hair better and your own regimen. So anyway, there's a link down below for that as well if you're interested. Why does my mouth trying to say at the top? Brain and mouth, could you please work together? There's a link below for that if you're interested in checking it out. And then finally, the earrings. I have not done any new experiments recently, but these are from the experiments I did probably a month or two ago. Yeah, so these are from the practice run. I do still have some back from when I wasn't rusty listed on the site. And there's a link below to check out those earrings if you want to. But eventually I will be putting new offerings out there, but they will all be unique and one of a kind. They may have similar colorings, but they all won't be exactly the same. Just because I personally find that boring and like artistic type pieces to do the same thing over and over again. No offense to anyone who does. We all got our thing. So anyway, pretty much wrapping up this video. another successful everything in the books. And if you made it to the end, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I really hope that you got something out of it, whether you were just entertained or you got some good hair tips. Either way, if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. So thank you for watching. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one, friends. Bye.